What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and something that I've been seeing on the map is Greenhills, the district. I've been in the mall, but the mall, they don't like cameras, but I've seen the neighborhood and it's really cool. I'm staying out here in Cubao, which is not far, so I'm looking at the map. I want to walk from, this neighborhood towards Greenhills. Like I said, the map looks close, but it might be farther in person, but you know I love walking, so only one way to find out. So I'm gonna walk towards EDSA, which is a busy highway, always crazy traffic jam. I've taken the MRT a couple of times, make a left, then I'm gonna cross one of the stations and make another right to see what's going on. This is the highway EDSA also, Epifania de los Santos, but people just call it EDSA. And no matter what day of the week you go, it's always busy with traffic jam. I'm gonna make it right this way. Throughout the whole stretch of the highway, you see interesting things like business, restaurants. There's also like a little small restaurant out here to my left. We got food. I ate here last year when I came. Kuya Blue. You can cross on the other side. Like I say, ahead of me should be an overpassage, which is the MRT station Santolan, I think it's called. Might be pronouncing the name wrong. But then if you cross on the other side, that should be the entrance to, I think it's called Annapolis, a street that will take me straight to Greenhills. This street here is always traffic jam no matter what. I've taken the drive car millions of times, and even though it's not far, we've been stuck in traffic out here. So it's much faster if I walk it. I hear cops, or it's an ambulance. So I wonder what's going on. And the traffic jam is gonna wait for the light. Cross the street safely. It feels a little weird to walk around this highway because I passed by it many times when I'm in a car. But yeah, like I say, Manila has one of the worst traffic jams in the whole world. So yeah, I mean, just keep that in mind. And if you have like a schedule, a meeting or something, just try to plan ahead of time. So this is EDSA. Well, this way is nothing, but over that way, going straight, it's like a massive traffic jam. And then when you see those buildings, that's like, I think that's where it takes me towards Greenhills District. Like I say, the mall is not really allowed to film. I tried 2 times and they stopped me from doing so. But around the area, the neighborhood is actually really cool and they got some well-paved roads. There is an overpassage ahead over there, so I'm gonna take advantage and cross the street to the other side. And also you can take the buses out here. The bus will go straight, there's a bus link, it will take you all the way down there to Mall of Asia. And it's not much, I think from here it's like 100 pesos, which is like less than $2 to get there, so it's not bad. I wish the train would take you straight to Mall of Asia. The last stop is Taft Avenue. Here I'm about to cross to the other side of the highway, EDSA. And there's nobody here, so I literally got it all to myself to show you guys what's going on. Just getting a little bit scared of heights, but hey, this is it right here. That's Cubao District right there. And this is not even the worst traffic. It gets way worse than this. I made it to the other side of the road because of the overpassage. So yeah, you can see this other angle right here. This is what they got. The streets, the MRT station is right here. And you see the nasty traffic jam going on. It's probably better to get in a motorbike and drive straightly. So I think ahead of me I should be making a right and it will take me straight towards Greenhills. I'm the only foreigner so far walking around here. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of foreigners that come to the Philippines, but they don't walk like around this area over here. So I think I'm the only one so far. So, you know, mostly locals, but I'm doing it, trying to blend in, doing it like a local over here. When I come around to other countries, I like to explore local areas, not just the touristy, and see how they live, how they do it out here. You know, I think that's a good way to experience culture of a country. And there's a sign that says Antipolo City in Greenfield District. So I'm thinking the next one is where I make my right, and it'll take me straight to the district. There's a couple of skyscrapers around, and a lot of nice looking streets, so let's do it. I'm in the street that will take me towards the Greenfield Mall. In the district out here, just gotta walk straight. So it's pretty easy to get around, you know, you just gotta study the maps and learn your way. I didn't even have to use the Google map because I was studying the route where I was staying. It's actually pretty easy, so I'm not even far from the Greenhills District, which is pretty nice, you know. The shopping center is just massive and they sell a little bit of everything, but like I say, filming is not allowed, even though a lot of bloggers, they manage somehow to film, but you know, you can see a different bottle. I think if I cross the street, it's actually better. Then over here starts some of the nice restaurants, and then one thing, they have a lot of private residents. It's gated community. So, you can't really go in, you just gotta know where you're going. And you can see a couple of high-rise buildings. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get closer, but I wanna cross the street to get a better angle, a better view of this. This is what I'm talking about. If you go around this area, you see the high-rise condos and stuff like this. So the streets are pretty well paved, This is another financial district that they have around Metro Manila. So people kind of like bordering Mandaluyong. Between Quezon City and Mandaluyong, Quezon City is actually the biggest municipality in Metro Manila, which is where I'm staying. Cubao is part of Quezon City. But here it seems like it's a Chinese joint, but pretty massive. Wow. And then the condos, they just keep going ahead of me, more and more buildings. But I really like how well paved the roads and the sidewalks are. So it rained a little bit this morning. It's not too sunny, but it's humid, No matter what time of the day in the Philippines, it'll always be getting humid. But after a while of being here, you adjust to it. It's crazy how our body adjusts to any type of temperature. Just keeps going. Got the apartments, some of the streets are reminding me of when I was yesterday walking around Makati, but much more spacious and wider. And yeah, like I said, it's not too far, really. I've only walked maybe like 10 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty easy. But the streets are simple, I'm literally staying near the EDSA highway. So EDSA, then walk around this street and straight down, you should be entering Greenhills, which I'll see it ahead of me. I'm not gonna film inside the mall, but I'll film around the surrounding areas. Like I said, they got private residences out here. Some nice houses, kind of like Forbes Park. Nice houses here, but only the residents. And I guess if you have, a permit or something, you can get inside here. 27 Anapolis. So the name of the street is Anapolis. The Meriden, yeah, I like how well and nice maintained the buildings are over here. I passed by this in a car, so I decided to come back by foot and explore the district. I like exploring every single corner of a city by feet. I think that's a good way to explore a neighborhood and a district. Wow, Atlanta Center. Atlanta is a city in Georgia, USA, so they got a building here named Atlanta Center. Pretty interesting. So yeah, this is part of Greenhills District. I always get it confused with Greenfield. Greenfield is near Ortigas. This is the Greenhill District, and a lot of people, when they talk about it, they just focus on the mall, the shopping center. But there's a district over here that you can walk around and explore. And it's nice, they got like office facilities, banks, a couple of restaurants around, Then of course they got a private gated community and a massive mall that you can walk around. Even if you walk around the mall, it's still pretty interesting to look at. And it just keeps going. The design of the buildings reminds me of the urban cities in Puerto Rico, where I'm from. Same type of building. Of course, tropical countries, hot weather. That's what you're gonna get. Here they got Chowking, which is kind of like Chinese, Filipino fusion food. And then next door they have the competitor Jollibee, which a lot of people like to call it like the KFC of the Philippines. They specialize in their chicken. And now Jollibee is worldwide, not just here. They're all over the States and many other countries out here. So it's crazy how this fast food has expanded, literally worldwide, coming straight here from the Philippines. Part of one of the buildings. Gonna walk around here because the mall is just massive. So it's not just like they like to call it like the black market or the fake market. They also have like a shopping center. They just developed also like a mall in the Greenhills. So it's like a couple of buildings all connected together and united. And then at the end, I can see Ortigas, the skyscrapers. There's mega malls over that way. If I keep walking a little bit more, I'll make it a mega mall. So despite having a lot of crazy, nasty traffic jam, Metro Manila, it's pretty walkable. The thing is, a lot of people, they rely on jeepneys, tricycles, MRT or cars to get around, but it's pretty walkable, of course, But the heat here is just different, but it's possible to walk from one neighborhood to another one in the metro. This section is called a promenade, and here's a high-rise condo. I'm just walking around the Greenhills, Then this is one of the national banks here, BDO. This is quiet, today is Saturday, and tomorrow will be Sunday. I'm gonna have to cross over this way. This over here is like something else. A restaurant? Wow, it's pretty big. And to my right is part of the mall. But we're walking around here, I see a Chili's ahead of me. And here, look at this. Reminds me a bit of Flushing, Queens. Korean Japanese supermarket, nice. So they got stuff around, you know, you could just walk around here and see. Now this is called Shark's Fin Restaurant. So there's a lot of good restaurants out here, especially, you know, Chinese restaurants. And like I say here, they got Chili's, couple of business out here. I think Greenhills is a little bit underrated, just like I said with Cubao. And like I said many times in my videos, a lot of people, they just, when they come to Manila, it's just mostly BGC or Makati, but keep in mind there's tons and tons of districts to explore out here. And they're pretty much walkable, you know? You can walk around and get to know the neighborhood. This is how Greenhills does. It's a mall that kind of goes curve and it takes a couple of blocks. But then, like I say, it's not just about the mall, also it's about a neighborhood with a business district. See a couple of buildings surrounding the mall. And I know there's an outdoor shopping center. I'm just trying to figure where it is because I always get lost. Because like I said, this mall is just massive and huge. Now this area, I don't think there's much. I'm just gonna detour around the entrance of the mall to see what's going on. It's just mostly streets, nobody walking. So I'm gonna go to the other side to see if I can find a shopping center. All I see is just the local parking lot. So I'm literally the only guy walking out here. And this is what you get, local parking lot and high-rise buildings out here in Greenhills. Well, they got a McDonald's and Krispy Kreme right here. This is cool. It's part of the outside of the shopping center. You can see how they got American chain restaurants like Krispy Kreme, McDonald's, and there's another mall over here. It's all connected together outdoors. I'm just walking around the mall to see what can I find and what's going on. I think I'm gonna merge into the other side. I think that's where they got, oh, here's the outdoor shopping district. Wow, so they got some restaurants out here. I tell you, it's giving me vibes of Flushing, Queens. With all of this, you know, Korean, Japanese, Chinese fusion restaurants all together. So I'm gonna go around and turn back. There's a nicer view towards my left, which is gonna be really cool. So yeah, it's actually pretty standard. So I think now we're just gonna cross the street and turn back. Then here you get the other side. Then here's where it's gonna be a nice view. There's like mixture of the mall with the downtown district and the high-rise buildings. They're building another condo right here, so this is really cool. After the video, I think I'm gonna walk inside the mall, but I'll put my camera away just to avoid anything. But yeah, really nice to walk around here. And here's a parking lot, and I like, even if it looks deserted, they have a sidewalk for the pedestrians to walk. And this area is called the Promenade. They got the movie theaters over here, the cinemas, so that's really cool. This is the outdoor area over here. You can see the palm trees and then nice developed business district. I think I've been in this side and I've had my dinner. So they got a lot of good restaurants and food options in Greenhills. And we got this area over here that's pretty developed. So like I say, they have the outdoor shopping area. And then over that way is the indoor, and it connects you with different multiple level buildings. Well, I see the brand new mall over there at the end. So I'm gonna walk towards that direction. And this is the outdoor area. So like I say, it's multiple buildings connecting together with each other. But in the Philippines, you know, even though in the States the malls are dying, over here's an adventure. The malls are fun, they're always busy with people, so really cool. The multi-level buildings out here and high-rise buildings, wow. I'm gonna try to make it towards the other side. So here's another part of the district to my left where you see the buildings. I'm gonna check it out. So outside the mall, this is what you get. More apartment complex. I'm not gonna lie, I can see myself living around here, why not? Cool neighborhood, chill, then I got the mall out here that I could cross the street and walk convenient and shop or buy any needs that I need. Then over this side, they got like Catholic decorations. But if you go inside the Greenhills, I think most of the people who sell out there, they're of Muslim descent. So that proves you know, the diversity of the Philippines. But even Metro Manila is like New York for me. So many neighborhoods out here to explore. I don't think you can see it all in a short period of time. It's just massive. I mentioned, how do I cross this side? Go over here, it seems like it's actually kind of private. Maybe I'll do where it's easy for me to cross it, then I'll make it towards the other side. So look at this nice building that's over here. Pretty tall with balcony and stuff. It's actually pretty nice. So I'm gonna walk to my left to see what else is going on. Then if anything, I'll just turn back and wrap up this short recorded bit that I'm making out here. I gotta tell you, the streets are actually pretty beautiful out here. Nice. And you see some vegetation, they're well paved. And like I said before, when I was filming in Siargao, I'm from Puerto Rico, which is U.S. territory occupied by the United States. And the roads in Puerto Rico are in bad shape. Meanwhile, people talk bad about the Philippines, and the Philippines has better paved roads than in Puerto Rico, where I'm from. Even my city, Jersey City, where I live in New Jersey, you know, it's one of the most expensive cities in the United States. They're building a lot of condos and high-rise buildings. But if you go in the roads, especially Jono Square District, the roads are like literally in bad shape, man. Like a lot of potholes, a lot of craps and stuff going on. But then here, even in the regular local neighborhood, I don't see potholes in the road. So it's actually, you know, pretty good. I saw a building with Canadian flag. That's dope. Wow. Didn't know Greenhills has all this area. Like I say, most of the people, they're too busy trying to go into the mall, but it's also a district. It's not just a mall around here. So you just gotta walk around to see what's going on. I might cross over here. But here keeps going. It's a mix of the private with nice buildings out here. So, you know, gonna walk probably a block down and then I'm just gonna turn back and wrap up my video. But yeah, to my left, some pretty nice houses, wow. And it's gated, so you know it's private. So I cannot go in there. That's literally like trespassing, but it proves you know, what the Philippines have to offer, you know, because the media always like to portray the negative part of the Philippines. And like I said before, this is actually my 6th time in this country, and I've been to a few other countries, and no other country makes me feel like home like the Philippines. It doesn't have the same vibe as the Philippines. You know, the Philippines hit different. I think there might be some nightlife here, and then look at this house, wow. It's like a mansion, gorgeous, wow. Then there's a condo over here and a couple of dogs around. But I think that concludes me filming out here in Greenhills. So I'm gonna start wrapping up my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos out here in the Philippines and any other place I go. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.